After a week of dreary winter-like weather, many of us are feeling anxious, certainly for spring, including our favorite garden guy. Dale Kay joins us from a warm location and a beautiful location this morning. Good morning, Dale.
Good morning to you. Absolutely fabulous here, of course. Had a bit of a dreary week, couple of setbacks on the weather. It's been cold and grey. So if you're searching for spring, you don't need to go to Holland to tiptoe through the tulips. All you need to do is come here to St. Paul. Of course, we're in the sunken garden here at Conservatory, where they have their spring flower show in full bloom. And actually, I just took my boots off just a second ago. Don't try this at home. I'm a trained horticulturalist. See? Tiptoeing through the tulips. And I went ankle deep. Actually, the soil is actually quite warm here. I actually kind of like it. Joining us this morning is Paul Knuth. He's the head horticulturalist here at the gardens. My tulips at home, Paul, just kind of come up there about this far. Yours are in full bloom. When did you start?
Well, the process for this show, Dale, started about a year ago, picking out the colors, which we're calling it the honeybee theme, with about 40% yellow, 40% black, 20% white. The bulbs were ordered in June, and they arrived in October, planted up, put in our cooler, given their various cooler treatments of 48 degrees, 42 degrees, and now just about freezing. And then we pull them out for the 5-week-long show to try to get about 12 to 14 days out of them. So it's quite the process, kind of like an orchestra, where you want to have everything come at once in flower. Very artificial compared to what happens in your garden. Your tulips are just coming up.
Right.
So the purpose of this show is to beat spring in our Minnesota gardens, so you can get 2 springs, come in and see our beautiful spring here, and then enjoy your bulbs in your garden at home.
I'm so glad you thought of that. And really, when I look at the theme, it's a little bit like a bumblebee. There's white, there's the black pansies, there's a lot of little black accents. It's kind of really fun, and also the fragrance is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, there are so many things in here that have fragrance. The tulips, the daffodils, the Easter lilies are incredibly fragrant.
This one here, the gardenia.
Gardenia.
Oh my gosh, I had one of those outside my bedroom window when I was a wee little boy. I used to lay in bed, with the window open, have that beautiful fragrance.
Yeah.
You also mentioned that it's one of the most labor-intensive, or it changes out the most, which we could see some of that going on behind us almost daily.
It is. We're in here almost every day. Today we're taking out these hyacinths, which to the casual observer they would look fine, but by a day or two they'll be brown. So if we had crocus in here, we'd be changing them out once a week. We only get about a week out of them. So we're continually keeping it fresh, anywhere from 3 to 5 rotations for the 5-week-long show. By far the most labor-intensive show we have.
And I guess to one advantage for you at home, that means whenever you come here, you'll always see some beautiful blooms. And there's a lot of unique kind of flowers. There's some black calla lilies. If we take a look at the table, Stromy, if you want to just go over to that table right there quick, they're already preparing for the summer show. There's some fantastic hibiscus down there on the table. Stromy, the hibiscus are those bright color ones. There you go, bud. All those beautiful bright hibiscus. They're getting ready to go. And I fear that the horticulturalists are going to have to come over to where I was standing, because it was more than tiptoes through the tulips. It looks like my foot did like an elephant pad there in the garden. It wasn't really tiptoeing at all. Back to you.
That's all right. Oh, Dale, never a dull moment.
They love me here. They love me here, really.
Of course they do. Of course, and we love you too. That's our Dale Kay, barefoot this morning.